Scott, please tell us about Unruly. It's a fantastic story, and I think a lot of people are very keen to learn about it. Thank you.
Thank you. So I've got the after-party slot, but thank you, early birds, being here bright and early. So let me tell you why Unruly exists. So we exist to make advertising better. So we want to help brand advertisers make really great content so great that you actually want to watch it. And then we deliver that using ad formats that are user-friendly, user-controlled, so you're not being interrupted, you're choosing to watch the content that these advertisers are putting out. And then, because we're delivering much higher engagement rates, it's monetizing really well, so we're helping publishers monetize their sites better than they would without us. So we've got a couple of hundred people now across 12 countries. We work with 84% of the world's top 100 brands. So let me talk a little bit about transformation in the industry. So the digital media industry, so the buying and selling of advertising online, has been undergoing really massive transformation over the last few years as it moves from what was a honestly shockingly manual set of processes for buying and selling digital media to one that's much more automated. So don't worry too much about what's on the slide, but the point here is 5 years ago, you had a bunch of ad networks, and this picture would have looked quite simple, crowded, lots of ad networks selling to advertisers and their agencies. But now you've got dozens, or some cases hundreds, of demand-side platforms, data management platforms, ad exchanges, supply-side platforms, all playing together in the ecosystem. So lots and lots of technology layers. It's quite complicated. Unruly, like many players, so we're video advertising, video ad tech. We sit across the entire stack, so we have supply-side offering, ad exchange, demand-side offering, and ad-serving capability. So we're situated right at the nexus of mobile, video, native, and social. So we specialize in content marketing or native advertising, depending which you want to call it. And everything that we're running is video. So it's brands making 2-minute, 3-minute videos specifically for digital, rather than just repurposing their linear TV ads. And these categories, so mobile, video, native, social, you'll hear these categories talked about a lot in digital media. That's because they're the highest growth categories in digital. So if you look out at 3-year growth rates, they're all between kind of 20 and 40% growth rates, and then shooting towards spends in the tens of billions of dollars in the US and double or treble that globally. And so make no mistake, these are the categories that are going to be disrupting and taking share of TV advertising over the next few years. So possibly there's still a bit more money to come out of print, but that's largely done. This growth rate is going to come at the expense of TV advertising dollars. So we were founded back in 2006, 2 other co-founders in addition to myself. We bootstrapped, so grew off cash flow for the first 5-6 years of the company, did one institutional round about 3.5 years ago when we raised $25 million from Amadeus, Van den Ende, and Business Growth Fund. So we have 15 offices. We've got sales teams in 12 countries now. Our major hubs are London, which is where we're headquartered, New York, and then Singapore. So we're offering a global service to global advertisers, frequently operating on multi-market and global campaigns. So we've just completed our last financial year. It runs to March, and I think we've got a news release hitting the wires today. So if you set up an alert on Unruly, you'll see that come through. So revenue last fiscal, 28.7 million sterling, shooting for a bit over 36 million sterling current fiscal year. So top line growth just north of 30% year on year. And profitable too. So we're one of those very unusual things, which is an ad tech company that's actually making money. So we specialize in native advertising or content marketing, depending what you want to call it. So this is about advertising formats that are user-friendly, non-interruptive, that puts the user in control of the video playback experience. So sure, we can take 30-second TV advertisements, but that's not really our sweet spot. We can run anything from 6-second vines all the way through to quite long 6-minute films. The one on the right is a really beautiful film that Diageo launched last year for the Johnny Walker Blue brand. So a key part of our value proposition is that we make it really easy for advertisers to get scale globally on the open web. So typical campaign, Unilever or P&G, they'll be working with YouTube, they'll be working with Facebook. We make it easy to do everything else. So Facebook, increasingly important on video. YouTube, obviously a really important platform. But YouTube actually accounts for surprisingly little video consumption. So just 1 in 5 of all video views are happening on YouTube or the YouTube embedded player. We're covering the rest of the web where the vast majority of video consumption is occurring. We can reach really large audiences, so 1.36 billion uniques globally on a monthly basis. So that's a larger audience than Facebook's O&O or YouTube's O&O. As I said earlier, we've got full stack from an ad tech standpoint, so covering demand side, supply side. One of the really interesting things is we have offerings in the content stack too. So we perform content testing for advertisers, and the data that we get from panel-based testing then can feed back into the media planning and media buying. So one of the really interesting things we just launched is emotional testing and emotional targeting. So if an advertiser gives us a video that's funny, we can find those end users, find those audience segments of people who will find it really funny and target just those. Because emotional impact drives ad recall, emotional impact drives sales. If we can improve the emotional resonance of the brand's content, then we're going to drive sales for them. And this is one of the factors driving performance. So head-to-head against YouTube, we're delivering performance that's 5x, 6x better on a cost-neutral basis. That's why we work with almost all of the world's biggest brands. We have 85% repeat business on a year-on-year basis. And it's why we're holding records for this. So our job is to not to make the content, the ad agencies do that, but to make that content famous. So we actually have 2 records in the Guinness Book of World Records, once for Evian Roller Babies, and then once again for Dove Real Beauty Sketches. I've got through quickly enough so we can have a funny video. So in a second, we're going to play out the Jimmy Kimmel one here. So this comes out of some research we were doing for US TV networks. The Jimmy Kimmel clip is it's the TV promo that was shared the most with millennial audiences last year.